Hi, I'm Neill Robinson, President of Theodore Alexander North America. I'm here in our flagship showroom in High Point, North Carolina, seated, as you can probably tell, in our Ralph Lauren Furniture Gallery. I am lucky enough to come from a furniture family. I've been in the furniture business about 20 years now and started my career at retail at a high-end home furnishings retailer called Cabot House. I knew leaving college that I wanted to be in this industry. My parents had a very successful and still do furniture career, and my family history goes back to furniture manufacturing in the UK. So leaving college, I knew I wanted to be in this industry. And really the number one reason I gave people was because of the people. This is still a relationship-driven industry, and the creative people that we get to interact with every day is really what makes the industry special. So I started my career at retail, as I mentioned, in 1998. And the high-end furniture landscape was very different back then. There were many more retailers and many more suppliers. And it was really the time of the brands. Thomasville was huge, and they were launching Ernest Hemingway. You know, Lexington Home Brands was huge and was launching Bob Timberlake. We had Henredon as this sort of powerhouse brand. And really the manufacturers were the brands back then. From being at retail, I went into wholesale, and I witnessed the case goods industry, specifically in North Carolina, move offshore to Asia. And I saw these giant Asian factories really quickly learn how to make really nice high-end furniture. And it really changed the landscape of the industry. And we saw these big powerhouse wholesale brands go away, and you saw the retailer become king. And the consumer top-of-mind brands became people like Restoration Hardware and West Elm and Design Within Reach. And really the manufacturers pivoted towards a trade model and reaching out to those people that are specifying high-end furniture for their clients' homes. So early on in my career, when I was a wholesale manufacturer's rep, the day-to-day life was really about galleries and retail floor space, and there was still giant box stores that wanted a brand to sort of lead their marketing efforts, and you were constantly fighting for floor space with other branded products. We got a Thomasville gallery, we have a Lexington gallery, we have a Henredon gallery. And really the world has changed so much for today. So my day-to-day today is really about service, service, service. You know, we want to be able to create relationships with top interior design firms and to the trade showrooms and make sure that the service levels meet the needs of today's demanding design clients. The other flip side of that is product development is really important now. Because there's so much product out there still, you need to be fashion forward and cutting edge when developing new products. Today's industry environment is really exciting. If you look at Theodore Alexander's business model and what we try to do every day, is the trade has become really important. And when I first got in the industry, the interior design trade, they had to source product through retailers. If somebody was the distributor for Henredon, you had to go through them, and they weren't really given the tools and the access to product that they needed to be successful. Today's trade really has the opportunity to work with manufacturers and get access to products at a price and a quality level that just wasn't available back then. So it's really exciting to me because it really helps us drive forward. When you look at what the high-end interior design community is doing today in terms of their creativity, it drives back to us and what we do on our product development. And it makes what we do a lot better, because it's no longer, here's a matching bedroom suit that we want to put on a retailer's floor. We get to be much more creative. They push us for new materials, new designs, new functionality that we wouldn't be getting from our customers of 20 years ago. Certainly the last year of living in this pandemic world has really given us the ability to sort of hyper-focus on what problems have come up in the industry and in doing what we normally do. And really for me, what I think we're all facing collectively as an industry is supply chain issues. We've seen this increased demand due to the pandemic, and things like getting empty containers to pack in Vietnam, which used to be clockwork regularity, suddenly we can't get them. The ports here in the US are backed up. They can't get containers unloaded. And it really creates problems for the design and the trade industry, because the one thing we've all lived on the last 10, 15 years is accurate dates. If you have an install date and your client's expecting something on February 15th, it has to show up on February 15th. And all these outside factors that we don't have the ability to control, that never really affected us before, are really affecting us now. And I think as an industry, we need to come together and really educate clients, people in the trade, and manufacturers really about how these things can impact the sort of life cycle of a design job, and then come up with ways that we can maybe use technology to overcome these obstacles. And these are problems that would be much better addressed as a large group than by us individual manufacturers, because we really don't have the buying power with the steamship lines to really make any changes in their world. What I'm really enjoying watching grow in the industry right now is an appreciation for design aesthetics, to decorating the home, and to high-end products. There is so much information available now on the internet, on Instagram, to more people, that having a well-designed home, having a well-designed piece of furniture, just having a high taste level in general seems to be coming back in fashion. And I think everyone in the trade really helps inspire that. If you follow designers on Instagram like I do, it's not just here's this beautiful room that they've created for a client. Their entire lifestyles are aspirational. And I think the trade has done a phenomenal job of embracing new technologies and new ways to connect with clients by creating these lifestyles online. It's really encouraging people to aspire to live these similar, well-designed lives. So I think over the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to see a real appreciation for better end furniture and better design. And that's great for a company like Theodore Alexander, and it's really good for our trade business, because you can't walk into a retail store and get the same kind of design service that you get from an independent designer. So that's what excites me. So at Theodore Alexander, we're known for bench-made furniture. You can see the furniture around me in here. We make everything by hand at our factory in Vietnam, and everything by hand at our factory here in North Carolina. So the technology of making furniture doesn't really change, because we want to do it the old-fashioned way. Where we have seen advancements in technology is when it comes to communicating with the factory in Vietnam and how that affects the product development cycle. When I started at Theodore Alexander 9 years ago, we would do a Skype call with Vietnam, and we would just quit because you couldn't get good connectivity, the resolution was terrible. Today we can have meetings over Zoom with our product development team in Vietnam, and we can discuss finishes. They can show us mock-ups of samples. We can look at scale and do all these things that 5, 6 years ago would have been a round-trip ticket to Ho Chi Minh City and 10 days on the ground there. So really for us, it's allowing the technology of today, the way it affects us the most is just being able to complete product development projects much easier, much more streamlined, which allows us to bring things to market sooner and to react to industry trends quicker than we could have years ago. I think we've got opportunities in this industry on how trade business is really structured. As we've spent the last 6-7 years here at Theodore Alexander really going hard in developing our direct-to-the-trade business and our trade showroom business, what really became apparent to me is that the business is so different. You've got, you know, powerhouse design firms that maybe have 50 designers on staff, and then you've got, you know, somebody that maybe works part-time as an interior designer and, you know, takes time off to go on sabbatical. So really each one of those segments, from the large design firm down to the independent designer working out of their home, they've all got different needs, and they've all got different business complexities that have to be dealt with. So we found that really creating a program for each one of these different businesses that we can identify has helped us increase our trade business and really become partners with those firms. So thinking about our mission here at Theodore Alexander, it really is to continue Paul Maitland-Smith's history of manufacturing fine furniture. Paul was a real industry legend, and he had founded Maitland-Smith originally, sold that company off, and he founded Theodore Alexander in 1996. And Paul was a prolific furniture designer and manufacturer, and really everything that we do here is an homage to the company that he built and his legacy of fine furniture manufacturing. So for me, you know, what I love about being at Theodore Alexander and what I get to do every day is really back to what started me in the business 20 years ago, which is the people. This is a phenomenal industry, from the magazine people that we work with, to the manufacturing people at our factory in Thomasville, to our customers, to the design trade. You know, we've got licensed collections with Alexa Hampton, with Richard Michon, with Jamie Drake. Just getting to work with people like that, it is an unbelievably fun place to be. And I find that, you know, we are so lucky to get to do what we do, to be surrounded by beautiful things, to make beautiful things, to be creative at work, and then to get to spend time with such a phenomenal group of people that make up the high-end furniture industry in North America. You know, we're a small group, and we like to have fun, and that's what makes it special. All right, my personal mission and my professional mission. I'm in the furniture business, so those two worlds don't really diverge. You know, like I said, my family's been in the industry forever. I find the professional part of my business is very personal to me. I've been in the furniture business my entire career. As I said, I love the people. So really, in a professional level, getting to do what I do now, getting to run Theodore Alexander North America, getting to guide our product development process, getting to work with the great talented people that design furniture for us, that is really a spectacular thing. But it's an all-consuming thing too. We have a factory in Vietnam, so I work in the evenings. My family's currently involved in the business now. I hope someday my kids are in the business. So really, I guess I'm fulfilling my mission on a both personal and professional level, which is to be able to work in this business and be able to connect with all you people and really enjoy carrying on what Paul Maitland-Smith started.